A romantic summer night. The soft glow of fireflies illuminated the garden, creating a dance of light against the backdrop of the night sky. The scent of blooming roses and jasmine wafted through the air, carried by a gentle breeze that rustled the leaves of the trees. In the heart of the garden, a small pavilion stood, covered in creeping ivy and twinkling fairy lights. Beneath it, a table was set for two, with crystal glasses and a bouquet of fresh wildflowers. As the clock tower chimed in the distance, two figures approached the gazebo, their hands intertwined. Though hidden in the shadows, their smiles were evident in their voices' warmth. The evening had started with a simple walk, meandering through the town's cobblestone streets, with no particular destination in mind. The world seemed to blur around them as stories were exchanged, shared dreams and gentle laughter filled the air. Finding themselves at the garden entrance, the idea of a spontaneous midnight picnic seemed too delightful to resist. Using the contents of a small basket they had with them, they laid out a simple feast of cheese, grapes, and freshly baked bread. With the soft music of a distant violin playing, they dined under the stars. Every bite, every sip seemed to taste better in the company of the other. Words flowed easily, punctuated by moments of comfortable silence. After their meal, they lay on the grass, looking up at the stars, trying to trace constellations and make wishes on shooting stars. The world seemed vast and endless, yet in that moment, everything they needed was right beside them. As the night deepened, they danced. With no music but the rhythm of their hearts, they swayed, lost in each other's embrace. The universe seemed to pause, giving them this slice of eternity. As dawn approached, painting the sky with hues of pink and orange, they knew the night was ending. Yet, there was an unspoken but understood promise that this was just the beginning of many more adventures together. With a gentle kiss and a lingering embrace, they parted ways, carrying the magic of the night in their hearts. Once bustling with the energy of their presence, the garden returned to its peaceful slumber, awaiting the next pair of lovers to discover its charm. But for now, it remained a silent witness to a night where two souls connected, under the canopy of stars, on a romantic summer night. The most important exam. The morning sun streamed through the curtains, illuminating a desk covered in notes, textbooks, and highlighters of every color imaginable. The quiet ticking of the clock was the only sound in the room, amplifying the tension in the air. For weeks, every waking moment had been dedicated to preparation. Sleep had become a luxury, and the idea of relaxation seemed like a distant memory. All that mattered now was the culmination of years of hard work, the exam that would determine the future. The stress was palpable. Each practice test, every revision session was approached with a mix of determination and anxiety. The weight of expectations, both self-imposed and from others, was a constant companion. The day before the exam, friends met up for a final study session. They quizzed each other, reviewed difficult topics, and shared last-minute tips. But as the hours passed, the atmosphere grew increasingly unhappy. Noticing the collective stress, one of the friends had an idea. Why not take a short break instead of spending the entire evening buried in books? A chance to breathe, recharge, and perhaps find a moment of calm before the storm. And so, they found themselves at the local park, away from the confines of their study rooms. The fresh air, the sound of children playing in the distance, and the serene beauty of nature worked wonders on their frazzled nerves. They spoke not of the impending exam, but of dreams, of favorite memories, and of life's little joys. For those few hours, they were not students on the verge of the most critical test of their lives. They were simply friends, cherishing each other's company. As the sun set, painting the sky with shades of gold and purple, they returned home. The exam was still looming large, but there was a newfound sense of perspective. While it was undoubtedly important, it wasn't the only thing that defined them. The day of the exam arrived. Armed with their pens, IDs, and quiet confidence, they entered the examination hall. The next few hours were a blur of questions, answers, and the relentless ticking of the clock. When it was over, there was a collective sigh of relief. They had done their best, and now it was a waiting game. But regardless of the outcome, they had learned something invaluable. While exams tested knowledge, life tested character. And sometimes, the most important lessons weren't found in textbooks, but in the moments spent with loved ones. Weeks later, the results were out. There were celebrations, sighs of relief, and a tinge of disappointment for some. But through it all, there was a realization. With its ups and downs, the journey had been as valuable as the destination. And as they moved on to the next chapters of their lives, they carried with them the knowledge acquired from books and the wisdom gained from experiences. For in the grand tapestry of life, every thread and color played a crucial role in creating the masterpiece.